Hello, I'm going to show you how to do my ribbon technique. So I'm making this video because I thought it's probably easier to show you on a video than in photos. And I have to get this out of the road. I have my two wonderful production assistants. So we have Abby Spielberg on the camera.
Hello.
And my marvellous assistant, Jed Houdini.
Hello.
And so now we can get underway. I have done a couple of pages of this technique and they've turned out pretty cool. So Jed's going to show you the 2 pages with the technique. Right. So there's this one, which I've done it for the rainbow. And you can see there's different kinds of ribbon in there and they all look really cool, but some of them give you different effects. So that's something you can play around with yourself and see what different ribbons will do for you with this technique. And different size ribbons will give you different looks and all sorts of stuff. So it's basically do whatever you like kind of deal. And then we have this layout, which is probably one of my most favourite pages that I've ever done. You can see that with this one I used a contrasting thread, so you can actually see where I've stitched. I'm not the world's greatest sewer, so if you can't sew, don't worry about it. You don't really need to be able to sew that great. Yeah, so this one and this one I used a wider ribbon as well, so it looked really cool. And you can do this on a separate sheet of cardstock, which is what I did for this one. This is actually on a separate sheet of cardstock and then I just glued it down. And this one I actually did straight onto the page where the photo was, so you can see that the ribbon actually goes right around the outside of the photo, which gives it a really cool effect because it's sort of overlapping the photo. So now that I've explained all that, I'm going to show you how to do it.
Yes.
So what you need is some thread and a needle and a piece of cardstock. Now the colours that I'm using here today are probably not colours I would recommend combined, but I'm using these colours because I'm hoping that they'll be easier for you to see so you know what to do. So you just get your cardstock, and I'm just going to make a short little line of ribbon on this piece of cardstock. Stab it to get your holes. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see the holes, and Jed is about to get clobbered if he doesn't sit down and be quiet while I do this. So there you go, and what I might do is actually, if that'll work maybe better. Yeah, see the holes? So you've got your holes. Now you can put the holes as close together or as far apart as you like. It'll probably give you different effects. So it's really just a matter of playing around to see what different kinds of effects it will give you if you try different stuff. Right, so first step, from the back of the cardstock. Now you could also trace or draw your pattern onto the cardstock and then put your holes in, and then you know you could do different shapes on your layout. So you could have a heart or a flower, or you know, pretty much whatever you like, and that'd be really cool too. Actually, I think a flourish would look really cool with this technique. So your cotton goes through and just leave a little bit of a tail, and I like to tape it down so it doesn't come through. And don't put it over your holes because that'll make your needle all sticky, and we don't want that. Be very careful when you're stubbing your holes through the cardstock that you don't stub yourself, because blood on cardstock is not a good look. That might be, you know, then again, it could be the latest rage of techniques, blood on cardstock. Whoever thought scrapping would be a blood sport? But anyway, so you've got your cotton coming through, you get your ribbon, and then basically it's just a matter of scrunching your ribbon onto your needle. Now you can come through and do a pleat, so it's like this. You could then wrap it around once or twice or whatever and put your needle through, and you can fold it and put your needle through. I don't know how good this is going to show up, but basically just stick the ribbon onto your needle any way you like, pull it through, go back through your cardstock like so, and pull it. Yeah, pull it through so that the ribbon sort of sits onto your cardstock like so. Then you basically just continue the same method all the way along, scrunching, wrapping, folding, twisting, whatever looks good. Might take a little bit of practice, but it's well worth the effort. It is a bit fiddly and time consuming if you're doing a large area, but really I love it. I think it looks fantastic on the right sort of layout. You know, up to you, you know, how you use it, because it's the sort of thing you can do any old time. Now you can't really see the black thread on the front, but on the back, and see what I mean, you don't have to be a fantastic sewer. It's not really about sewing, it's more about just scrunching and all that sort of stuff. So all in good fun. And around again. Now you can scrunch as tightly or as loosely as you like. That again will give you different effects. So, here we go. Nearly done. It's pretty cool. There you have it, pretty much. Now, I'm not the greatest sewer, as I've said like 1,000 times. I generally just go back through a couple of the stitches on the back and maybe even catch the thread like that. Just whatever you want to do to try and secure it a little bit on the back so that your ribbon doesn't come undone. So once you've done that, you need to get your trusty little scissors, trim your cotton, and then I like to try and secure it a bit more with a bit more tape. Then you might also like to trim off your ribbon. And there you have Rachel's famous ribbon technique in the back. And yeah, it's a really cool idea, and have lots of fun with it. Use it wisely. I've imparted it to you in the faith that you will use this technique wisely, so do me proud. Cheers.
This has been an Abby Smith production.